Hey Pokemon Masters, before I get started with the usual fanfare of today's video, I wanted to let you know that the ad revenue from this video, plus a bit extra, will be donated to the NAACP. They are my chosen charity right now with everything going on in the world. While I will always treat this channel entirely as a place of escapism and joy and entertainment, I'm also going to leave a link to this charity at the top of the description so that you can stay aware, and if you want to find out more, click that link, check them out, and maybe donate yourself. Let's look out for one another, Pokemon Masters. My love to you all, and enjoy the video. Hey Pokemon Masters, Berkey Patobi here. Imagine this. You're 7 years old. It's 2001, and your day consists of get up, get ready for school by grabbing the lunchbox that your mum or dad has made you the night before, in which contains a sandwich, some crisps, that cheese string or Barelli dunker. And you say goodbye to all your plushies and you've got to school. And you're there, your first bell hasn't rung yet, your parents are just chatting with other parents. And the playground at that age is a weirdly easy place to make friends. You see someone throwing a ball around, hey, can I join in? Boom, you've got a friend. You see some kids playing make-believe and you run up to them like a dinosaur and snap, you've got a friend. Wait, what's that guy got? Is that a Pokemon figure? I mean, come on, check out this bad boy with his fat little cheeks. Everyone's always talking about the Pokemon games, right? The cards, the TV show, but before any of that, before I'd even touched Pokemon Yellow for the first time, this is how I knew Pokemon. And like I say, we got a situation here, because there's these two kids, they're in the years above me, they gotta be at least like 9 years old or something, real tough guys. And I'm just sitting there and someone's drawn with a bit of chalk on the playground, a little circle, right? And these kids are squaring up with each other on either side of the chalk circle. And the dude I'm looking at, he puts his hand in his pocket to grab something and he throws a plastic Raichu out into the middle of the chalk circle. Okay, yeah, I mean, it is on. Look at these two. Fight of the century is about to begin. I'm hoping a moment in time like this might be familiar to some of you, because it represents a little segment, a little playground segment of a time known as Pokemania. And look, you thought Pokemon Go was big, you thought it was really exciting, everyone out there on their phones, for about a month, just everyone was playing Pokemon Go all the time. And they still do with the community days, you see them all out and about. It's very exciting to see so much love for Pokemon. But a lot of that, the initial Pokemon Go thing, it was a fad. It was condensed, and I still play Pokemon Go. I still do the community stuff. I think it's great. But when it first came out and basically took over the planet, yeah, there was a month and a half there, and it seemed to be everywhere. But Pokemania, that was like a few years, 3 or 4. Pokemon was on TV before we left for school, when we got back from school, on the weekends as well. I mean, it had gone viral before the age of the internet even existed, before people made things that went viral. Pokemon was everywhere. Cereal, bed sheets, it was on clothes. And I think where Pokemon had the biggest impact of all was on the playground, which luckily for me in those days, that's where I was. See, that kid with the Raichu figurine, that wasn't a Raichu figurine, that wasn't some kid. That was a Pokemon trainer, turning his cap backwards, getting his Pokeball, throwing it into the air, and casting Raichu onto the battlefield. That chalk circle, a battlefield. Raichu appears in a beam of light, ready to battle for its trainer. That's what I saw. That's what I saw as a kid. On that very same playground, and I can't remember which it was, I remember finding a figurine of a Chansey or a Meowth, or maybe it was both. I think my brother found one. I don't know, it was amazing. I got to add these Pokemon to my team when I got home. My collection of Pokemon, it was absolutely fantastic. One time I saw a Mew in the Lost and Found and claimed it was mine. Okay, probably shouldn't have done that, probably shouldn't be admitting to it. If you were in my school and you lost a Mew as a kid, I'm actually sorry. This is a horrible lesson. Let's move away from the crimes of a child Toby. Okay, moving on. Also, come on guys, it was Mew. What do you expect me to do? It was Mew! So, okay, right, the way that you played Pokemon figures, right, back then, you've got your battlefield, right? A flat surface or a circle of chalk, and you've got your two Pokemon. Your opponent sent out a Gengar, you've sent out a Golduck, and it's your move. So, Golduck, use Water Gun. Gengar, use Shadow Ball. That was a tie. I'm deadly serious, that's how we played. Whoever got knocked out of the circle or whoever got knocked off, that is how you lost. Or you could play imagination style, which was definitely always harder for anyone to actually decide who won. Gengar, use Shadow Ball. Golduck, use Hydro Pump. how Pokemon was on the playground. It was a game of make-believe, and then you'd go home and you'd look at your collection. All your friends, they would go home and maybe they actually had the game on Game Boy, maybe they were just watching on TV, or they had some Pokemon cards that their parents bought them. And then you'd all come into school the next day, and everyone, no matter if you were in the same friend group really or not, I guess like those kids who played football, which I wasn't really a part of, when it came to Pokemon, everyone was speaking the same language. Everyone knew who evolved into who and who belonged to what trainer. These figurines are a portal to another world, and we're all invited and we're all on the same page. That was Pokemania. Skipping forward just a few years, I'm on holiday with my family in Cyprus, and they've got a kiosk, right? You know, the kind where you go, you'll spend a couple of euros maybe on some snacks, a drink, you know, that kind of thing. Kind of place where your average spend is no more than 5 euros. And I go in there and I see a basket filled with knockoff Pokemon figures that are definitely not the official Nintendo ones. I'm looking at them and they're all like, they look slightly wrong, but they look like Pokemon. And my mum and dad say, you know, it's only the second day of the holiday, you've only got 100 euros and that's it for the holiday, that's your spending money. And I spent the whole holiday pretty much inside the hotel wherever possible, playing with 100 new friends. I'll tell you what, the guy who ran that store, I think he was very, very chuffed that I turned up there that day. Despite the fact that I knocked over his drink with my basket filled with Pokemon figures, I really don't think he minded. Sorry again, dude. Appreciate your hospitality. I then, of course, got home, right? And I'm laying all my Pokemon out on the floor. I'm looking at them. I'm working out who evolves from who. I'm remembering from the games. I'm choosing which ones are my Pokemon and which ones are wild Pokemon as I spread them out across the floor, creating a whole Pokemon region with a gym challenge and a championships and a rival. I'm just there doing my thing. It's like 2002 and there's about 250 odd Pokemon. In the background, I've got the To Be a Master soundtrack and Pokemon the third movie playing. It's great. It's absolutely great fun. And like I say, I'm making my own gym challenge. All of my Pokemon gym videos, I was rehearsing for that when I was like 10. I didn't know it then, but those kinds of videos, my whole channel, I was preparing for it then. So I guess thank you to anyone who's watched a video of mine who made that kid's dreams come true. You made my dreams come true. If Mama and Dada Birdkeeper had asked me, hey Toby, what do you want to do with your life when you're older? What do you want to do when you're grown up? I would have said, I don't know, let me go back and play with my Pokemon. And I guess that's still my response. And I'm incredibly lucky, I'm incredibly fortunate. It was really cool when last year I got sponsored by an official kind of Pokemon affiliate, Character Options, to go and showcase the My Partner Pikachu figurine to a bunch of kids, like in a live show where I got to show off what the toy could do. I mean, that was cool for so many reasons. One, I got to get paid, which was obviously great. Two, it was like an official bit of an experience. It's something I could put on my resume and say that I did. Three, I got to work with an affiliate of the big Pokemon themselves. You know, with some just absolutely lovely, lovely people. And I think the coolest kick out of it that I got is I got to share a little bit of my childhood. I got to show off Pokemon figures and maybe introduce it to some people who maybe hadn't thought about playing with Pokemon figures before. Kids these days are all so darn distracted with their phones. Of course they are. Of course they are. I would have been, if I had the internet when I was a kid, if I could just look up the answer to any of my gaming related questions or talk to my friends online, not that I really had that many, but that besides the point. If I could do all of that when I was a kid, of course I would have done that. If I could have played my video games online with friends, but that's not the era that we were in. This was my games console, right? This is what I had. I had to sit under a light bulb so that I could see, you know, what's going on the screen. That's the era of gaming that I came from. But make-believe with Pokemon figures, it doesn't matter what era you're in. I think you can enjoy that if you let yourself go to that place of inspiration and creativity. So many people play with the figurines and they get transported to that world, the same world that we were in when Pokemania was a thing. The same Pokemon world that we were in, that's where they get to go now. That's where I still get to go sometimes when I lie these out on my bed and kind of think about who's on my team this time. Me and my family, we went back to Cyprus a few years later, and Diamond and Pearl wasn't quite out in the UK out yet, and it was out in Europe. And I thought, I wonder if they're gonna have the Sinnoh Pokemon. I wonder if there's a whole new group of Pokemon for me to catch. That's what I'd say. I wouldn't say I'm gonna go buy them. I'd say I'm gonna catch them. I had to complete the Pokedex and, you know, catch them all so that they could be on my team, so that we could have that story together. And yes, I found lots of cool Pokemon figures, but even better than that, I found the European copies of Diamond and Pearl, which, you know, I got to then take them home and play them before anyone else, but that's a story for another time. I've got a lot of stories. The more I'm thinking about it, what can I bring to the channel that maybe I haven't brought to the channel before? What could I do that only really I could do? Or maybe, you know, me and a handful of other people who were not only part of that initial, the original Pokemania, but are still with it to this day and doing it as part of their job, who got to say, look, I'm just gonna play with my Pokemon figures, and the world somehow said, yeah, okay then. You said that, you made that happen, and so because of that, I want to know, do you want to see more videos like this? Is this the kind of thing you'd be interested in? And while you're down there in the comments, let me know, you know, give me a story, Pokemon figure related. What have you been up to? What do you remember? What's that magical experience, you know, where you were on the playground and you saw someone send out a Pokemon into battle? Did you do a trade that went wrong? Let me know. This is a very new and different kind of video, and I think it's great. I'm really, really excited about it. So hi, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.
A massive and sincere thank you to those of you supporting me on Patreon, including the 3 big patrons of this month, Gunnar Clovis, Bob Shmack, and Full Mental. Thank you.